We're talking about functional strength training for any type of fighting sport, combat sport, judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, you name it. Arms are essential, and you don't want to overshadow just doing arm work and neglect your other stuff. You still have to use the basics. You still have to work your legs, your upper body, your low back. All the body parts have to be equally worked on. But really, we use our arms a lot in grappling and fighting. We grip people, we pull them in, we use the gi, we hook them, heads, whatever. We're using the hands to reach out and touch someone. As a result, we should take a little special care in how we develop our arms and develop the strength and dexterity, flexibility. We need to really work on those arms, so they come in handy for us when we need them. So we're going to work today on some concentration curls. It's really an old school type of movement, but it really works, and a lot of guys use it, and just about every gym you'll go in, you'll see fellas doing, or women too, doing concentration curls, and they do it for a reason. They're good. They're called concentration curls because you concentrate on, you should be concentrating on the body part you're working, which in this case is the biceps, but also for our case, for what we do in combat sports, we want to work the joint as well, and also the forearm all the way down extends into the hand, but we really want to work that biceps. And again, this is a very, very good biceps builder from all the way from the shoulder to all the way where it hooks in here to the elbow joint as well. And again, we also get some added benefit with some forearm work as well. Use a moderate weight. You don't have to use a really heavy weight. If you want to, fine. Just remember a rule of thumb that I've always used, and a lot of guys do too, the heavier the weight, the less number of repetitions. Okay, so if I'm a real strong dude and I'm Superman and I can do 100-pound curls, good for me. But honestly, if I want to get a good workout in it, unless I'm really Superman, I'm probably going to do more than maybe 5, 6 in a repetition or a set, maybe 3. Depends on what I want to use. So I want to work pure strength. I'm going to do less number of repetitions. For what we use them for functional use of what we use weights for in grappling and judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, we also want some muscular endurance, is the best way to put it in a general sense. So we're going to do a higher number of repetitions, but not so high that they just they get boring. 8, 10, 12 count, that's pretty good for what we use them for. The thing about weight training, you can use it specifically, you can make it specifically what you want it to do. If you're a bodybuilder, you can specifically train with weights to get that physique you want to achieve. If you're a power lifter, weightlifter, whatever it is, or an athlete in any sport, you can make those weights do what you want them to do. And in this case, for grapplers, we're going to make this weight do what we want it to do. So I'm going to take a 40-pounder. That's a reasonable weight for me. It's not too heavy, not too light. And I'm going to be doing my concentration curls with it. Now I will be doing 10 with the right, and I'll be doing 10 with the left. Okay, and there are different ways to do it in terms of the technique. Just remember, always have good technique when you lift, just like when you perform a throw, choke pin, arm lock, leg lock, whatever it may be. Good technique, good skill means you do it more efficiently and more effectively and less chance of injury. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to take my dumbbell, and when I grab it, I'm going to put my elbow right in my side of my thigh here. Okay, that's the way I do them. There are other ways you can do them as well, but this way really does. It gives me a base here. Okay, and that's my hinge right there, and I can move up like this. So when I grab the implement, I'm holding it here, and I curl up and down, all the way down, all the way up. So when I see this, I'm curling them up. I'm not just lifting it like this. I'm curling it. And by curling it in here, I'm working more forearm and joint structure here, but I'm really getting good biceps work too. Okay? So do this curling movement. If you want to do straight arm, that's fine. You can use probably more weight if you use your arm just fixed and straight. Okay? But if you want to use more weight, just keep it fixed. But for what we're doing, I'm not worried so much the weight. I want to get the effect. Okay, so I hold it here, and I curl up and down. And notice I'm watching the movement. Always watching the movement. It's the concentration of the movement. Now, just to show you here, every so often, I'm going to do it left-handed now. Every so often, you might want to check out the bicep work. Okay, that biceps working itself. That's the concentration part of it. So when I'm doing these, I'm looking at my biceps as well. All the way there. So I say, oh, I'm cheating there. I got to clean that up. See that? And just that full movement, down and up, okay? Again, use moderate weight, not heavy weight that you have to swing. If I had to swing this weight, I'm cheating. I'm not really doing anything good for myself. I'd rather see you use lighter weight, more moderate weight, and get more benefit from it. So again, concentration curls like this, curl up and down, up and down. Full movement the time. Don't just come down this way and get a whole bunch of them in. Come all the way down and all the way up. Okay? Gravity works, and make it work for you, especially in doing concentration curls. Let's take a look at a variation of the concentration curl, and it's called the Zottman Curl. And what it is you're going to be turning your arm and hand the whole way. You start with your palm down, so you see the back of your hand, and you finish looking palm up. And that's a Zachman Curl. And you can do them seated, you know, and there are a lot of different ways you can do them standing. I like to do them in a scenario where I'm doing a concentration curl, because I really do get strict movement doing this. Again, use a fairly lightweight, moderate weight. I use less weight for my Zachman curls than I do my concentration curls, okay, because of the turning movement, and I really want to emphasize strict form, okay. Now, what you're doing in the Zachman curls is, you can see the movement of the arm. You're curling all the way up in this rotation here. See this? And so you're getting a lot of forearm work as well. And that's really essential for what we do in grappling, in judo, sambo, even fighting sports, and striking sports too. I would do Zachman curls, because you have good, strong forearms that way, and which will enhance your grip, by the way, for gripping. So what we're going to do, we're going to start in here, palm down, and I'm just going to curl it up. And again, Zottman, named after a fellow named Zottman, who invented this type of movement many years ago, probably in the 40s or so, in the early days of bodybuilding. So kind of gives you the idea of the name, why it's called Zachman curls. So anyway, palm down, curl up, down, up. That first one was a cheater. I shouldn't have done it that fast. See how I do it nice and slow? Like this. And that's what it looks like, down and up, down and up. And shift, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Okay, start down, just palm down, and curl up, down, up. See the movement? These really are effective for what we do in grappling sports. And I find these very effective if you're grabbing jackets, like in sambo or judo, because the forearm movement, you're working a lot of your forearm that ties into your hands, your hand extensors here, so it's really a good grip exercise too. So again, the Zottman curl, and we're doing it as a concentration curl, is a really good way to develop arm strength. And again, we use our arms to reach out and touch someone, and when you touch that someone, you want to make sure it's to your advantage. So again, the Zottman curls are like this, palm down, up, see the movement? And try to stay as strict as you can, okay? And the same on the other side, starting down, palm up. Zottman curls are a good way to finish out. If you like, you know, doing concentration curls, what I would recommend, and I've used and seen other guys in gyms use, I would say do, say with moderate weight, say 40s, 50s, whatever it is, moderate weight for you, depending on your body weight yourself and your strength levels. I always did 5 sets of 10 on the concentration curls, nice and strict. It takes a while if you do it correctly. Then I would finish out with some Zottman curls, and I might do maybe 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 15. I'd use a lot lighter weight, or I might do another 5 sets of 10 just to finish out. But what I was doing, I was really working the biceps with the concentration curls, and finishing up, you're working the biceps as well. You're really working your upper arms as well, but you're also adding more into the lower part of the arm as well. Another thing in doing concentration curls, whether they're standard concentration curls or with the Zottman movement here, you've got to think about the integrity of your elbow. I know I've broken this elbow and I've dislocated this elbow. So I know that this one was from judo, this one was from sambo. Okay, so I know they can be injured. And the better, the stronger your joint is, in other words, the muscles, and everything connecting those muscles to the bones and the muscles to the other muscles, all those have to be as strong as possible. So these type of movements really help in developing that joint strength, the muscles around that joint to protect it, make it stronger. So there we have it, some concentration curls and a little sidetrack in the Zachman curl.